Good night to you, Grenada, Carriacou, and Petit Martinique. Once again, it is time for Talking Points. My name is Sheldon Scott. I'll be here with you up until the 10 o'clock hour. Yes, indeed. Just trying to make sure everything is okay. Imagine I was here earlier than I normally am, a full hour and a half before. And then, 15 minutes before the program starts, the system crashed. Like it was waiting on me for Friday night, man. So I had to be rushing to get the system up and running, you know. Oh, goodness gracious. Just 15 minutes before we start the program, you know, crash. That's why it looks a little different tonight, I know, because basically had to reset everything, eh? So good night to all of you joining us via the various mediums. Those of you listening via our good friends out there, We Noise Radio out there in Brooklyn. Good night to you, Wade. Whether you're up or you're down, good night to you. And let me send out condolences to the Francois family out there. The passing of my loyal listener, Leslie Ann. To all the children and so, grandchildren. Condolences of the Talking Points family goes out to each and every one of you. Folks, it's Friday night forum, and tonight we open the phone lines early because I find sometimes I open the phone lines a little late and then not everybody getting to call and so on. So we're opening the phone lines earlier. So the phone lines are open, yeah. Tell you 15 minutes before here, hour and a half. I'm here since... In fact, not even more than that, because I was here since after 5, not even an hour and a half, so more than that. And everything working proper. 15 minutes before the program goes, every time you try to use the software to go live, it keeps shutting down. It keeps shutting down, had to be reinstalled, all sort of things. But yeah, folks, I think the National Democratic Congress thought this may have been was going to be a wonderful week for them. It didn't turn out so, did it? Yeah. And time to hulk up the live, eh? Yeah, time to hulk up the live. Tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend. Yeah, Talking Points is on. Good night to you, Marilyn. Misha, see you online. Nice, great. Four 4407377. Yeah, trying to get back the scroll and all of that. All of that gone. My background was gone. Everything was gone. You know? Just trying to get back piece by piece right now. 4407377 and 347-329-3101. Those are the numbers for you to call and get onto the inside. Remember, you can also call us on the WhatsApp. Let me put the WhatsApp up and in front, because you know sometimes I just go and put it in the wrong place and then we just end up in trouble, eh? So let me make sure I put the WhatsApp where it's supposed to be. Yeah, because now the WhatsApp computer want to give trouble now. You only feel so now. We praying all out tonight, yeah? Multan, good night to you, bro. Cousin Beverly, good night to you. Good night to Ira. Good night to Uncle Ba. And of course, my loving cousin Margaret, good night to you as well. I thought there must be that, or there are things to go and, you know, celebrate and all sorts of things, yeah? And the tongue hall that was basically a failure. They can't say they were satisfied with that tongue hall. I think the responses that they were looking for in relation to myself, they did not receive. And I especially want to thank all the members of the National Democratic Congress who meet me on the street and they say, listen, we don't know what these people getting on with what they're trying with you, you know? Folks, we do have quite a number of members of the National Democratic Congress that watch the program on a nightly basis, eh? Don't worry, you know, the house have room, or they could come inside. Yes, come inside. It have room, eh? So folks, we're just making sure everything is going okay, but in the meantime, we want to take your calls. Call. Good night to Venezuela. Venezuela is in the house. You see who's there? I see Marilyn, Sherms, Joycelyn, Bonnie, Velma, JC, Denise, Andrea, Red Girl, Pascal, good night, baby, Daddy, Sky, Sherry, and Fortune, Natalia. Agatha, I see you, Mavis, Wendy, and McGuire, good night. It is the Friday Night Forum, and you know the Friday Night Forum is where we talk over everything that has happened for the week. So you all realize that they're going after the same squatters they told that they're going and regularize and all sorts of things. Now they're going behind the squatters and them, you know. Yeah. Every category of people who are not as privileged as they are, they're going after them in this country, yeah. Remember the WhatsApp number 4407377, and you can call us directly on that number as well, 4407377. And we have a call online. Hello, good night.
Yeah, bro, it's good night.
Hey, good night. So how you doing?
Not a house we have now. We have a mansion. Well, you remember Jesus say He's going to prepare a mansion for us?
Yes, man.
Well, that is what we have now, a mansion. And tell them that it's a mansion.
Yes, indeed.
So stay strong, birds.
Of course, man. I am. Thank you so very much.
Yes, stay strong. Stay strong.
All right, bro.
Stay strong.
Blessings. Respect. Yes, indeed. 4407377 is here. They say we had to change the symbol from the house to a mansion now. Yes, indeed. Hey. I see you, Paula and Oswald, Sandra, Vero, Faithful and Dolores. Yeah. and folks, the NNP Carriacou and Petit Martinique constituency branch, they're having their Father's Day bingo, dominoes and bingo at stake $1,000. Yeah, ain't it nice? Tickets only $25. That's taking place. Wait, no, this Sunday's Father's Day. You'll excuse me, I actually I was unaware. Anyway, so Father's Day this Sunday, with many more cash and other prizes to be won. Fathers versus non-fathers, and they have free food for domino players, and domino starts from 2 p.m. Bingo starts from 7 p.m. That's taking place at the Bogles Community Center out there in Carriacou. So that's the NNP Carriacou and Petit Martinique branch. They are having their Father's Day dominoes and bingo competition. 1,000 at stake. Yeah. And fathers versus non-fathers. Many other cash prizes and so to be won. And big domino starts at 2 p.m. Bingo starts at 7 at the Bogles Community Center. I think we have a call online. Hello, good night.
Hey, good night, Brother Sheldon.
Hey, how you doing, bro?
I'm okay, man. Okay.
All
yes,
right.
Brother Sheldon, I'm going to give us some information.
Go right ahead.
There to the people of St. George Northwest. All right? I want to say good night to the people of St. George Northwest. Parliamentary Representative Dr. Kit Mitchell invite everyone to a meeting at the Happy Secondary School, Thursday, the 27th of June. The meeting starts at 6:30 p.m. Other speakers will be there to speak to us about what is going on in our country. Transportation are available to take you all to the meeting and bring you all back home. So you will come to the meeting and get information, get to know what is going on in the country, about the corruption and the weakness that this government doing to the people of Carriacou and Petit Martinique. So, Brother Sheldon, that's what I have to see tonight. Have a good night.
So that meeting is taking place on what day again?
27th of June.
The 27th, Thursday the 27th of June.
At the Happy Hill Secondary School.
Happy Hill Secondary School. So
Yeah,
Dr.
meeting
the Right
starts
Honorable
at
Keith Mitchell.
6:30 p.m.
Right. Dr. the Right Honorable Keith Mitchell. And who else will be there?
Other speakers will be there.
All right. Great. So we're looking forward for that one.
Yeah.
All right. Great.
Okay, Brother
Thanks.
Sheldon, have a good night.
Same to you. Yes, folks. So those of you in St. George Northwest, remember that meeting is coming up on the 27th, Thursday, the 27th of June. And it's going to be taking place at the Happy Hill Secondary School from 6:30. Dr. the Right Honorable Keith Mitchell and various other speakers will be there. Somebody say me the volume ain't low by me, the volume low by you. Yeah, raise your volume. As I said, the system went what? All you know it is that people working in the background, they trying to help the situation all now. I had to call in help. Yeah, I had to call in the troops. I had to call for backup. My goodness, when it rains, it pours, Yeah, system tried to give me some trouble there. Nice. But let me, again, the Father's Day bingo and dominoes, that's taking place at the Bogles Community Center, the New National Party Carriacou Petit Martinique branch. So that's taking place this Sunday, Father's Day. And folks, we also remember we have I wonder if I have a audio thing for the bingo. Let me see. Yeah.
Let's go!
Grenada. Get ready as the new National Party invites all to its 40th anniversary fundraising bingo event. Sunday, July 14th from 5 p.m. at Victoria Park, Grenville. Over $100,000 in cash and prizes to be won. Imagine you can win a Suzuki Ignis hybrid car, $50,000 in cash, plus other fantastic prizes. Tickets are $60 for one or $100 for two. Free buses will be available island-wide. Don't miss it. Or you might just see your neighbor driving a Suzuki Ignis. Sunday, July 14th, we're heading to Victoria Park in Grenville for the new National Party 40th Anniversary Fundraising Bingo.
And folks, remember, transportation is available, free transportation, island-wide, down to that bingo. Yes, so you have the new National Party 40th Anniversary Bingo that will be taking place. Let me just make sure on the date again. The 14th of July. Yes, so exactly 1 month from today. So you have enough time to organize your squad. You have enough time to organize your crew, right? And remember, you could win a Kia. Yeah, not a car. You can win a Kia, right? Yes, a Suzuki Ignis Hybrid. You can win that car and there are also $50,000 in other cash and other prizes and so on that you will be able to win. So that is taking place 1 month from today. Organize your crew, organize your squad. We all heading up to Victoria Park in Grenville. And I never understand why Victoria Park, because we have Victoria, but Victoria Park is in Grenville. Victoria Park is not in Victoria. But anyway, and the St. John River is in St. George. I never understand them thing anyway. 440-7377-347-329-3101. Those are the numbers for you to get onto the inside. Yeah, somebody's saying, yeah, the audio is okay. From what I'm seeing here, yeah. Mouse, why you decided not working now? Why is everything trying to think? No, and let me say something here. Okay, let me take this call and then I'll go say something. All right, we've got a caller online. Hello, good night. Hello.
Good night, sheldon.
Hi, good night.
Hello.
Hi.
I have a little point to make.
Go right ahead.
Yeah, can we impeach this NDC government?
Can we do what? You dropped a bit.
Impeach.
There's the Integrity Commission, which you can go through and proffer the information that is circulating and so in relation to a minister and ask for an investigation. And I think there are several persons who may be thinking along those lines now.
Because there is too much money laundering going on with these people and them from the country.
Well, there are many accusations in relation to those sort of things, my brother. Many accusations in relation to those sort of things.
I will listen to you off the air.
Okay, no problem. Thank you. So, as you heard, the caller is asking that question in relation to if the government can be impeached. I could say this. If a government minister is found to be in wrongdoing, especially a criminal matter or so, that person can be removed from office. Yeah, they can lose their seat if they're found to be involved in misbehavior in public office. Like if you're going and tell little fellas, meet you down in the hotel and put it on the ministry bill, that is misbehavior in public office. Or if you go and you're providing funds to individuals in other countries to send down non-truthful documents, non-truthful, untruthful, in other words, they lie. Send down documents like that, right, to Grenada to try and create a situation where people can lose their job. Imagine going that far. If that is taking place, and if that is proven to be true, that is misbehavior in public office, which is a reason for removal from office. I make no apology in saying that, yeah. It is a reason for removal from public office if an individual is found to be doing these sort of things, right? So there are various approaches to it. If investigations take place, now knowing this government and knowing how they're trying to duck from Woodgate as it is right now, yes, Woodgate as we call it, they're trying to duck from that as much as possible right now. We have to understand that we may have to go the route of the Integrity Commission to ask questions of these things. Some very, and I don't know who would want to take up the mantle to do it. All you know, I could be busy otherwise. But who wants to take up the mantle to be the person that submits? Because we could talk about it all we want, you know. They don't have the integrity or decency to admit that they have done anything wrong. They don't have that sort of decency. That doesn't exist with them. Yeah, so they won't say that it is true. They're going to use every mechanism to try and say that it's fake. So if it has to be tested, I believe that a full and thorough investigation through the Integrity Commission, that's what we have. That's what we can utilize. Utilize the Integrity Commission. Yeah, so that a full and thorough investigation is done in relation to these issues that we hear coming up. For instance, in any other country, it will be considered corrupt. You want to talk about corruption? Like, talk about corruption. In any other country, it would be considered corrupt for the sitting prime minister to have a company, whether he put his shares in a trust, whatever he do with it, the company even carries his name. It belongs to him. any country on earth that would be considered corrupt to have that company that is taking place in a part in a citizenship by investment program that you will benefit from financially. And you're in all CBI forum all over the world. And when people talk about it, they simply go on the CBI site, and where his name was, they take out his name. Where his email was, they take out his email. You can't do those sort of things in any country on earth that is considered to be corrupt. That is considered to be corrupt. My court closed so already. The jail closed is what I'm working on now. But my court closed so already. So sue me for that. Any country on earth, it is considered corrupt because this is the individual who's in charge of the cabinet that makes the decisions in relation to persons entering the CBI program. This is the person whose signature is attached to the citizenship certificates of these individuals, which allows them to get a Grenadian passport and become Grenadian citizens. Yet still, this is the same person that owns a company that is benefiting from it. So you think, if I were to leave, let's say I leave Russia and I'm looking to get a Grenadian citizenship, do you think I'm going to apply through one of the other CBI agents? No, I'm going to Mitchell's company. I'm going to his company. Because that's the Prime Minister. They refusing me easy if the application comes through his company. I ain't see it being refused easily. So I go in there if you want to talk corruption, and we talk that corruption that the Minister of Finance also has a CBI company. So if we're talking and we want to say, we want to speak about corruption and different things, that is corrupt. No if, what, or but about it. Because there is the perception in the public domain that is corrupt. How could you be involved in a company that is doing CBI? Yet still you are the minister with responsibility for providing to the developers the concessions in relation to the projects that they are developing. If they're developing, and this is what I'm speaking about here. If a developer comes into Grenada and they're saying, hey, I want to build a hotel, 100-room hotel. They need to bring material in. They would want concessions on what they are bringing into Grenada. Outside of what they get here, they may have to buy different things outside, and they would face taxes at the port on those things that they are bringing in. They will go to the Minister of Finance and say, we are doing this project. It is a CBI project, and therefore we would like to get concessions on what we are bringing in. The minister has the power to give them concession, whether he decides he's giving them 15%, 30%, 50%, 100%, he has the power to grant a concession to that developer. He also has the power to grant concessions to them in relation to taxes, and so that you could have 25 years, you can give them 25 years where they don't have to pay different taxes. You could give them 30 years and say for 30 years you're not going to be paying these different taxes. So that's for the developers, the people who are coming to build a hotel or to build a facility here in Grenada or to start a business here under CBI, the developers. These individuals will go to the Minister of Finance and ask for concessions. Now the Minister of Finance also has a CBI company. And the investors, which are different to the developers are the people building. The investors are the people giving their money to the developers to build the project now. The developer is allowed to advertise CBI, citizenship in Grenada, as a means of people gaining a passport that they can buy into their project. Now, if this investor is told by the developer, hey, go and apply through that company because that company belongs to the Minister of Finance. Because obviously, the possibility is there that the Minister of Finance could easily say to the developer, hey, run 10 investors through me. Run 20 investors through me. But don't worry, on the other end, you're going to get concession A, B, or C. There is the perception of corruption. So if you want to talk about corruption, let's talk about corruption, because that leaves the door open to serious corruption. And I am positive that neither the company attached to the Prime Minister or the company attached to the Minister of Finance, we will never find out how much CBI investors have went through there in the last 2 years. We won't be given those figures. Yeah? You have the treasurer of the National Democratic Congress, who also holds various other portfolios within the government network, that also has a CBI company. And you're not hearing anything of which any of those, you're not hearing that they say, well, we withdraw our company from Grenada's CBI program. They're not doing it. The possibility is, we don't know, the possibility is that these people could have earned millions since the time that they've come into office. So, all you might want to go to the integrity, speak to me. We'll provide the information and you'll make a submission to the Integrity Office, the Integrity Commission. Let's see if the Integrity Commission is going to deal with this with integrity. Yeah? Because that is wrong. All I want to know what is wrong, that is wrong. You cannot have an NGO, which means non-governmental organization, that is by government. So the political organization takes individual, and as you heard on Jenny last night, the man also in lottery, national lottery and things, that they partner. But he in charge of Nation Builders. He's one of the directors on Nation Builders. So you have political activists form an NGO. The government of Grenada provides that NGO with $500,000 before that NGO is registered. So you get a job to work with me. And before I even give you a contract, before I tell you what you're working with and what you're doing and so on, I come and I give you $500,000. I may be a madman. We have a call online. Hello, good night. Hello, good night. Hello. Oh, let me make sure I get the call. Oh boy, yeah. Caller, that is on me. That's on me totally, yeah. Everything kind of switched wrong again with what happened. So just give us a call back, caller, yeah. So if we're speaking of corruption, those are corrupt things. And those are taking place right now. It is not that something wrong is taking place alone, you know. It is the perception, the possibility that something wrong can be taking place. That is what's going on. When you have family members and friends with salaries, and I ain't talking about, when you're talking about their family and friend, $5,000 is small salary, you know. Small salary. With them, you're talking about 10, 15, and going up to 20. We have a call online. Good night. Hello. Hi, good night. Caller. Okay, yeah, we did answer properly this time, but apparently, caller, you may not have been paying attention to the phone line. Remember to pay attention to the phone line when you're calling. We do want to hear what you have to say, so pay attention to the phone line. Yeah, so let's try that again. Hello, good night. Hello, good night.
What's up? I don't know what happened.
Oh, okay, yes, we have you now. Go right ahead, brother.
Yeah, so you have a broad back, you know. Keep the faith, man.
One thing,
keep the faith, my brother.
One thing I know, after them screenshot I see, I sure none of them are riding my back.
I know, don't bother about
I know they ain't that.
That man, you know, things bad, things real bad. That's why that end up on you. Just imagine that. Sheldon Scott become the biggest speaker in Grenada. You become the speaker of the house, the head of the government. Everything is on Sheldon Scott. Could you believe that? Yeah, I mean, God is good, man. Don't bother about that. But something I call it a financial land.
No problem, sir. Go right ahead.
Even when people bought passport in Grenada, like, investment, we have 110,000 people. Suppose 120,000 people buy passport. You understand?
It is a possibility.
And then, yes, because Sheldon, they could form their own government. They become the majority, and we who born in Grenada, we became the minority. And nobody looking at that. They could run kings, not only in Grenada, in all the islands, but doing the stupidness there. We must have a limit under the Westminster system, Sheldon. I in Canada, I'm a citizen of Canada. I entitled to vote. You understand? So the same thing could go on in Grenada. Because Canada is under the same system. Because none of us can tell them they can't vote. I hear people preaching that and telling that, oh, they could vote. So we have to be very careful what we're doing. Otherwise, 20 years from now, we don't have an island to even sit on. So that is the point I was trying to make. So you have a good one, Sheldon.
And it's a very important point, my friend, which is why I continue to tell people to check the voters list. Yeah, because remember, you have constituencies here that were won by very small margins, 12 votes there, 100 and something there. So if a 50 end up on the list at the beginning of last year, in the first half of last year, another 50. Yeah. If 50 end up in a particular constituency last year, in the first 6 months, and another 50 in the second 6 months, and another 50 now, you already have 150 that have been added to the list that are people that maybe through CBI. Yeah? During the recent CBI conference, you actually had CBI agents, CBI agents, some of the agents were actually using that as a point and saying some countries, like for instance St. Kitts, which has a pretty small population even compared to Grenada, that they were using the example of St. Kitts and saying, well, per capita, how much millionaires they are in St. Kitts, because that is due to the volume of people that are carrying St. Kitts passports, St. Kitts citizenship, and are actually millionaires. And then the problem comes about because you have some of these agents saying that these people should actually move to the countries now and stay there. Now, if they move there and they stay there in small territories like ours, now, I don't have a problem with the CBI program as is. But I'm saying that there need to be serious checks and balances in relation to these aspects of it. You don't want people 50 from maybe China or wherever, another 100 from some parts of Africa, because they're going heavy to get people from Nigeria and Ghana and so on. They're going heavily to get the millionaires and billionaires there to come and take out Grenadian citizenship. They're actively going after them. So you don't want a situation where you have people coming from those places and from the Middle East and so on, and they are the ones that end up coming and direct what's going on in our country. They are the ones that end up making the difference in a vote some parts of the country. We have to be careful. We have to be vigilant. But it cannot happen if we are paying attention to the voters list. We ought not to take our eyes off of the electoral office. You have that situation with the supervisor of election. You ain't discuss nothing with the opposition. Nothing you discuss with the opposition. You ain't ask them a question and tell them nothing, all of a sudden just new supervisor of election. You have new system coming in place, all kind of thing. Yes, you discuss what needs to be done with that and so on. But the final thing, you're having meetings around the island, that stop. Folks, get yourselves ready, because you never know what could happen. Get yourselves ready, because some people start to get jittery because they realize that there are issues that are going to come up in the next 24 months that is going to negatively affect them as a party and the economy of Grenada, that they are now leaning heavily towards CBI as the main source of income for Grenada. And they're leaning towards CBI because they are personally benefiting from CBI. They are personally, sue me, I want to see all your account because I go ask for all your account, sue me. Yeah? Go see all your bank account. Yeah? Because what is taking place fundamentally is wrong. Each company that is attached, that I've mentioned there earlier, each of those companies should be barred. In fact, had I anything to do with amending the law in relation to CBI, one of the rules would be that any sitting parliamentarian cannot be involved in any company that is involved in CBI. Yeah? No matter which side, whether in opposition or in government. I would say that no sitting parliamentarian should have a company that's involved in CBI, because it poses an unfair advantage. It poses an unfair advantage. You're saying there are laws that basically say that civil servants can't have a company that's providing services to the government of Grenada. That's part of the law right now. But yet still, the most senior the civil servants you have right now, these individuals are providing a service? Come on, man, something had to be wrong. Because remember, the parliamentarians, they are civil servants too, you know. They are civil servants too. Yeah? Go ahead, man. Sending again. Come again. Yeah? 44073. Let me clear it. 44073773473293101. So somebody asked earlier what can be done. Again, yes. You, at this stage, you can go to the Integrity Commission, but it is important as well for all Grenadians to be aware of what is taking place. And you see, they don't want all Grenadians to know what is taking place. They are afraid that all Grenadians get to know what is taking place. They don't like that. So try and shut up everybody. So all of a sudden, try to find reasons to get at Real FM 91.9, 91.5. Try and shut them up. And just now you know they're going to go after Master Carl. Just now you know they're going to go after Mr. Pierre, Mr. Francis Pierre. You know they're going to go after Prince. They're going to find some way to go after Prince. And they're going to find a way to go after each and every person. Because they don't want the information going out. These are the same people that were speaking about Freedom of Information Act. These are the same people that were saying that Grenadians deserve to know everything that the government is doing, and they're so transparent. And so, yet still you have government ministers coming and lie for you in your face and telling you that all they does announce when they're going out on trip, and everybody does know when they're going out on trip and who make the delegation, and you could go in the registry. You lie. It's another way of describing it. You lie. You does not. Even the last trip that they went on, you had a release that was sent out that was woefully short on some names, because there were several other people that you only know when you start seeing pictures coming back. But the press release that came out from the Government Information Service did not have the names of the other people. So again, when these people continue to lie, but you see, we are commoners. Who are we to ask for these kinds of information? We fast. We out of place. Yeah? Who are we to ask for information? What are me asking about my trip? If I jump a plane 20-something times, imagine you have government ministers, the Prime Minister and so on, that have been out of this country nearly a full month for the year. You have one minister that spent a whole month out on private business, one go. Mr. Minister, it ain't no such thing as you're going out on private business when you are a government minister. Talk to your constituents at least and tell them where's the issue. Not what was, what is the issue? Yeah? Out on private business for a whole month. Yeah? No, that can't happen just so. That cannot happen just so. To speak to the Grenadian people and let them know what is going on. These people removed the post-cabinet press briefing. The former NDC administration, and before them the former NNP administration, and then the last NNP administration all had post-cabinet press briefing where they used to speak to people and tell them what is going on. Not this set now. We have a call online. Good night.
I just want to say good night to you, Mr. Sheldon Scott.
Yeah, baby.
Yes, darling. I just reached home. I'm tired.
Girl, that tongue hot today, boy. Oh gosh, oh gosh, oh gosh.
Tongue hot, you don't nothing. People just walking. Good night to the Grenadian people. In Canada, Patty and Matthew, good night. Mr. Watts in the United States. My son got Scott, Sheila, and Darlington Chase in America, good night. And the Chase family in Brooklyn, good night. I'm alive. The only problem I have is my legs. The both legs working me pain. Medication will working again because I'm using that too much. Sheldon?
Yes, my dear.
I want you to be strong in the Lord. Almighty God that have all the power. Leave all your problems in His hand and forget about it. He will take care of that. You hear me?
Of course, my dear.
Put everything in God's hand and stop worrying and fussing. He will take care of that. Believe. You hear me?
Yes,
Just
my dear.
believe. Put it in His hand. He knows. He knows everything. He will do what He has to do for you. And He will do the rest. He's going to give us direction. So you don't worry. Don't worry about what people have to say. They want to shut you up. They don't want you to speak. But Almighty God in charge, Sheldon Scott, God Almighty, King Jesus in charge. And they cannot stop nobody from speaking. People have to speak out. God is using people like you. Almighty God is using people like you to speak. A lot of them eyes just open. You hear me?
Yeah.
So continue doing what you're doing. Continue praying. Continue praying. There is nothing that my God cannot do. Okay? I just want to say good night to everybody. I just come. Grenada is not the Grenada I know. You have a lot of people in the town this evening because they say they had something, but people are spending of the money. People more begging than ever. You know, it's really hard. But we have to trust God, and trust God to ask God to deliver us. We need deliverance. And as Mr. Scott said, we have to look at this. Because if they have all these foreigners here, some of them not from Grenada, they're not living, they live, and if they register for seizure, we have to look on the list to find out who is that person. Grenada small, everybody know everybody. All rappers, Camille Teresa Scott. I don't even know some of these people. So we have to look, be vigilant, and keep, if we love Grenada and we love the party, we have to watch at the voting list, people. You have all kind of people in Grenada. I've seen them. And they're not from here, and they're living here. So if that is the people are using to come to vote and the voters, we have to keep vigilant. I will not able to live another year with these people. Look, the Prime Minister. Why else we are Grenadians? Here the Prime Minister come on GIS and say something. Everything is Andy. Andy is the Prime Minister of Grenada. Andy Williams is the Prime Minister. They put him as acting, but he's Andy that's doing what he's supposed to do for the Grenadian people. Every morning somebody calling Shaggy and thanks Andy. How much people here calling and thank Deacon Mitchell as the Prime Minister? First time I in Grenada and I see that going on. So something has to be wrong. Mm-hmm. And he has some Grenadians that's saying everything is going well. Not going well in Grenada. Only call you blind. Over 20 years are they in this town, selling by the road. And this is the worst, but I still thank God for small mercies. A lot of vendors just regret they come down and sell. They're not making enough money to go home and say, I will send my child to pay the water bill or the light bill. It is hard. God knows I'm speaking the truth. It's rough. We still come in, but it is rough and tough. You have to be nice to people so they come and give a little support. And I thank God for all the people that is listening, that has come and give me a little support. Thank you. Otherwise, I don't know what would have happened. And if I didn't pray, I would be a dead woman. Because there's a lot of stress. You have your water. You have to pay your little bills. It is hard. We're willing, but we're weak. Nothing. Under NNP, not because I support the NNP, but under NNP government. Now, so, we make our money because the people are walking the road, they get paid. And they go and buy in the Indian store, they pass and they drink a malt. You hear? Some of them who spending, they spending in the big stores, in the big supermarket, because the man in NNC giving them a money, they giving them the cat to go and shop. Poor people suffering. Let's plan has got to deliver us. Has got to deliver us under these people. They don't have a heart. And a shame. I am so ashamed as a mother. 5 children, 10 grandchildren. With what I've seen and phone. And some of these big people that we elect to serve us and to have respect for the elderly and the young people. They have something and phone that children, they parents buy phone for them. They expose the body. It is so shameful. It is so shameful. I as a mother shame. Have a good night, Grenada. And let's continue praying. Praying for we party. If you love NNP and you love, ask God for deliverance and let's love and help each other. And let me, before I go, Mr. Scott, before I go, I want to ask all NNP supporters, true NNP, true supporters of the NNP, if it's $1, come and put it in the bottle I have. So, because they want to jail Sheldon Scott, they're going all out. It will happen. But put $1 in a bottle I have, we will be able to give the lawyer who wants to go and stand up to fight with him. If it is $1, I have a big city bottle. That is for Mr. Sheldon Scott. And I have a lot of little clothes. I'm selling them out cheap just to help him. I have a lot of little jeans. And I'm selling them out. The people that sell it for me to sell are sorry. They have to pay me, so I'm selling it out. And they go get the money, and what I'm getting is, for me, they just give me a $5 or $10 when I sell something, I put in it in that bottle. If we love each other, because NNP supporters, we're supposed to be a party and a family. Have a good night. I don't so bright like you all, but I have to say what I could say.
You're bright.
Good night.
Thank you
good
so
night
very
to Miss Yolande Bain Harford. Good night to Miss Emily Pierre, Mr. Peter David, Dr. Mitchell, wherever you is. I don't know if you're in Grenada or you're in America. Good night, sir. Enough respect. You deserve that respect for the sacrifice you make for the Grenadian people. Not only for NNP supporters. All Grenadians. Have a good night, sir. And who name I didn't call? Good night.
All right, Gabby. Thank you so
very much. Bye-bye, Mr. Scott. $1. $1 you pass and put it there. I will spend it. That is for to pay a lawyer. I don't know who is the lawyer.
One thing I could say.
I will be bringing that, give the lawyer when the bottle full. Good night. And have a blessed weekend, everybody. And Sheldon, don't be ashamed. You don't think nothing from nobody. You hear me?
Of course.
Walk the street with your head up. Walk the street with your head up.
I always do.
Right. Psalm 91 and Psalm 35. Feed my cause to thee, O Lord.
Yes,
have
indeed.
a good night, son.
All right. Thank you, Gabby. Yes, indeed. Cammy! Yeah, folks. And all you know, once you go by Cammy, I safe. Once you go by Cammy, I'm safe. Yeah. That is my office. Right? 440-7377. Somebody say Cammy start a GoFundMe one time. Yes. Cammy start the Grenadian style GoFundMe. Yeah. And them have Grenadian style susu and all kind of thing that we never hear nothing about again. How all of a sudden we stop here about the Grenadian, the susu, The National Susu that they collected how much money for. We never hear anything else about that, didn't it? Yeah, the National Susu that was supposed to be taking place. Yeah? 440-7377. 440-7377. 347-329-3101. Those are the numbers for you to call and get onto the inside. Remember the WhatsApp number. You can give us a call on the WhatsApp. I find the thing looking even better now. So it must shut down and cut off every now and again. But the video looking even better now, man. Yeah, man. Yeah, 440-737. Hey, let me say a special good night to you, Lulu, out there in Carriacou. I hope you're having a wonderful night. Pinky, I ain't shout you out for a long time, girl. I hope everything is going okay out there in Carriacou. And so, Maxan, I hope you're catching up yourself, girl. I know yesterday was a difficult one for you and your brothers and your sisters and everyone. I know it was a difficult day for you all. So I hope you're catching up yourself, eh? Nice, right. Yeah, that's my friends out there in Petit Martinique. Yeah? So I hope everybody is going all well and okay. 440-7377. 347-329-3101. Yeah. They're running around and talking about screenshot fake. Let me tell you all something. Every other member of the National Democratic Congress, with the exception of the person implicated in this, as far as I'm concerned, should just shut up. Shut up. The person who is implicated isn't saying that it's fake. But all you out there saying it fake. No, let them come out and say it fake. Yeah? We have a caller online. Hello, good night.
Good night, Sheldon. How are you?
Hey, I'm good. How are you doing?
Not too bad at all. They can't stop a good man down.
Yes.
We're moving and we're moving and we're moving. NMP all the way. No matter what they do and what they say. I listened about whisper to me this morning, Sheldon, to tell you something. I hear one of the MP borrow money in to and buy a place right by the bus terminal, that big building by the bus terminal.
Well, I'm hearing allegations of something like that. But remember, right now, this thing is like a full your pocket as much as it could take.
Yes.
Then change your pants.
They go in the gym,
no,
and with taxpayer money, you have to pay the gym for them.
Well, listen, after they full their pocket, they change in pants and full our next pocket too, you know?
Yes. After that, I hear they sell the MP sell the house and take more money in lot. So I hear the next one in Grenada. So writing check, bongs check. He go a man's $40,000 when the man get the money, bongs check, the check can change.
Oh boy.
You go see that social media just now, wait, they go post up.
What I will tell people is watch Auntie Jenny program from yesterday. Make sure and watch Auntie Jenny program from yesterday. That's what they have to do. Make sure and watch it. Am I there?
Yes, have a good night.
All right, thank you so very much.
They can't stop you, Sheldon. They can only say what they have to do, they don't do it. The press conference, they have a new name, they travel, and there's no.
I hope they know not only them could hold press conferences. Huh?
Don't worry, they can't stop you. Do what you have to do. You're doing a wonderful job, and continue doing what you have to do, Sheldon. They cannot stop you. LMP all the way. An election coming, don't worry. They'll get him in the backside. 15 mil. Have a good night.
All right, my dear. 440-7377 347-329-3101. And remember the WhatsApp number, 440-7377. Those are the numbers for you to call and get onto the inside of tonight's program. And let's go to the phone line. Hello, good night.
Hey, good night.
Hey, what's up, bro?
They get through in the morning when you talk to me.
Okay, great. Wonderful.
They take my name and real belongs to, so tell them in case anything, they will get to you and then you will receive you give me the information.
Okay, no problem.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay, and he's gone. All right. No problem, bro. 440-7377. You know, always willing to help. 440-7377. That's the number for you to call and get onto the inside. Yeah, that's the number for you to call and get onto the inside of tonight's program. 347-329-3101. And as I mentioned that, let me just remember to remind you all of this activity. It's the annual Tea and Hat Tea Party. and that is being staged by the New National Party, New York, right? And they're having male and female best dressed, $25 for children, $40 for adults, and that's taking place on the 30th of June. They have an open bar. It's going to be taking place at 535 East 19th Street, New Creek and Ditmas from 3 p.m. until 8 p.m. And also remember, they have the other activity coming up. That's the New National Party support group. They have the Exquisite Affair. And remember, the tickets are only $100. Music by DJ Jude and DJ Small Clothes. And it's a formal attire affair. Get your nice clothes and thing, you're dressed to impress. Nice. That's taking place on the 13th of July. So you have just 1 day short of a month to organize and get your tickets and so on. So you can check Kathy Albert, Wendy Maguire, Aisha, Olivia, P.D. Francis, Sharon Caesar. I'm going to put it up in a while so you see. And Dr. the Right Honorable Keith Mitchell, he will be attending that activity. All right? He will be attending that activity. So make sure. All right? 440-7377. Yeah. 440-7377 and 347-329-3101. Yeah, all I want to speak. Yeah, let me speak about corruption. We're going to have talks. Speak about the government minister that is owing millions of dollars in taxes. Has that minister been written to? When is the press conference on that particular one? And we're speaking here about Andy Williams. Where, with the corporate, the stamp tax and thing, where he's owing millions to the state of Grenada. Did he use the tax amnesty and clear that out? No. He still owes the state of Grenada. Yeah, when is the whole press conference in relation to the millions that somebody sitting down in cabinet with all you owing? Me ain't hear all you. I ain't hearing all you. Interest building on it on a daily basis, eh? It was a couple million already. I think it was 2 million one way and how much million the other way. Huh? So where... Keda, good night, Keda. I'm very sorry, Keda. I am very, very, very sorry. Good night to you. And yeah, good night to Shemi. Good night to your mom. Good night to the whole family. Yes, indeed. Folks, yeah, we ain't hearing about that. You're hearing about Minister Andy here, Minister Andy there, you all over and all kind of thing. Why he ain't come out and say that is not true? Only sending a set of people who, some of them are functional illiterates, if you ask me, to come and try to defend them. Yes, I said it. Some of them are functional illiterates, as far as I'm concerned. Because these people don't understand what they're talking about. Who come in and say screenshot fake? Screenshot fake? Why the minister ain't say screenshot fake? All you coming out and say he fake and trying to defend. All you coming out and say he fake. Why he not saying it fake? Why is he afraid? Because it seems as though he is. He posting every 15 minutes now. All kind of thing except that it fake. Yeah? No man ain't gave me no shit. Yeah? My back could be broad, but nobody ain't riding it. That ain't happening. I could tell all of that. As straight as an arrow. straight. I ain't bending corners. That direction. Yeah, letting all you know. Who want to be other ways? That is them. Yeah, we love them. We care for them. Some of them are family members. Some might be friends, workmates, etc. They might have different belief systems and so on. No problem with that. But I tell all you, me and that are I going so. Yeah, if I go in, yeah, me ain't doing nothing to try and hide. No, I so. Yeah, telling all this straight. Yeah, telling all this straight. That are straight. Right? 440-7377. I know a political leader. 440-7377 and 347-329-3101. Those are the numbers for you to call and get onto the inside. Live your truth, man. Live your truth. All you're running out and saying things fake and AI. All you know about AI now. When all your political leader giving speech, all you ain't realize is AI write half of them speech. Well, even more than half. And some of all your ministers is AI write it. And that they are trying to use AI right now, artificial intelligence. For those of you that may not understand, here we're saying AI. Artificial intelligence. In other words, that a computer has been trained over a period of time to write. So that now you can just tell the computer what you want written and it will write it on that. Gathering information from all different parts of the internet. artificial intelligence. It's not real intelligence, it's artificial intelligence. What you put in is what you're going to get out. So that is what is taking place with that. Yeah? So you have these things that are taking place there. Now they're talking about, all they're talking about artificial intelligence now. But if those screenshots had come out and they'd say it was Dr. Mitchell, all already running and say real. All you hypocrite. All already running and say real. If it was me, well, it could never be Dr. Mitchell because, you ain't cut in that direction at all. If it is me that was in that thing, even though me ain't cut in that direction at all, they would have jumped up on it and they would have sent it from one end of the earth to the other. It would have sent people in sub-Saharan Africa in the middle of the desert that would have that on a boli. They might not have it on a device. They might have it on a boli in the middle of the desert and all. They would have sent it all over. But because they had to try and defend, yeah? Because, yeah, straighter than the AGIs. Yeah. That one, oh gosh, that is a low blow. Sorry. Folks, yes, 4407377. What fake? What fake way? Listen, come out and tell the people you come out and tell the people if it make, yeah, come out. Come out and tell people if it fake. Come out, you come out and say. Because remember, all things considered, investigations could take place now, they could take place 5 years from now, they could take place 3 years from now, they could take place 10 years from now. Investigations can take place. All right. We have a caller online. Hello, good day.
Sheldon, I won't be long.
No, go ahead.
I was watching in American news one day, a few months back. I was watching the news, and there was ministers in Congress here in America.
Yeah.
And one of the men that was serving for years, he have his wife and children, and he come out and he tell the other colleagues, the Democrat and the Republican, in the House, he tell them that the man stand up and the man tell them, and that is a man that married for years and have children. He tell them he's gay. He came out and he tell them. So what I'm saying is,
he live in the truth.
If any men or women that is ministers in this country, if you all is this kind of people, you have to be ashamed to come out and say, well, I am gay or I am a lesbian. Because in America, I said this is an crazy, but the man come out and he let the American people know. That's how he come out of the closet. And in Grenada, if you all know that any ministers or any ministers in the house, you don't have to be ashamed. That is who he is. You come out of the closet. Come out of the closet because the whole world, you have big people, professors, all kind of people. They're coming out. They're coming out and telling people. So you don't have to be ashamed for people to say he's fake. How could you say? That's who he is. That is who he is. You're a big man, you're a big woman. They go only talk for 2 days because in America, Canada, England, there is people, doctors, lawyers, professors, they come out and they say, I'm gay. You understand? The women, when again, look at how I love this woman, Robin, that was there on Channel 7 in America. When the lady come out and say, she in love with this woman, and they marry her, ball and cry here. What's I love her? I say one of these days I have to meet her face to face. They're coming out, they don't have to be ashamed. And people accept them. People accept their lifestyle. So you all, whoever you all is, don't be ashamed. That is the way I want to live. That is all it has to be God account, not me. Have a good night, Grenada.
All right, Kavi. And that's the main thing too, at the end of the day. I can't face God for what you do. You have to face God for what you do. So I mean, but also don't mislead people. Just tell people, if you lean in that direction, go right ahead and say you lean in that direction. Yeah, or if you're leaning on the Lord's side, you're leaning on the Lord's side. If you're leaning on another side, you're leaning. Just say it as it is. You may find that people might respect you a lot more when you're open and you say, what is the situation? But don't have a set of minions out there trying to claim and trying to say, oh, he fake, he fake, he fake. Yeah, he fake because it's he. It was me. Papa, it was me. It's a good thing, I tell you. Mentally, they cannot breach me. Mentally, they can try as much as they want. They could put up 6 million posts on Facebook. They can hold 20,000 programs. It will not affect me mentally. Yeah, it have nothing they can say they haven't said before. Nothing that they can say that they have not said before. There are limits to my tolerance. Let me just say that part again, because you all will soon recognize what I'm speaking about. There are limits to my tolerance, but there is nothing that they say that they have not said before. Yeah? Nothing. There's nothing they can say that they have not said before. But there are limits to everybody's tolerance. One of the things that has always been, and sometimes people who know me very well say that sometimes that's a problem with me. They say I have too much patience. I could sit down and watch ice melt. I have too much patience. Yeah? Sometimes I'm a little too laid back with certain things. So I have too much patience. But my patience has run out too. All right. 440-7377. To those who have ears to hear, let them hear. 440-7377, 347-329-3101. Those are the numbers for you to get onto the inside of tonight's program. Yeah? And folks, we just want to say a special good night to the listeners out there, yeah, who are listening regionally, or listeners out there in Aruba. Good night to you, Aruba. Good night to you, St. Kitts, St. Vincent. Good night to each and every one of my friends out there who are listening, locked in. My Jamaican friends. Good night to each and every one of you. I know some of you have been reaching out, trying to make sure everything is okay with me. I'm good. Yeah? All of my friends and family in Trinidad and all over have been reaching out. And so those of you in the UK, oh goodness, I have to call back my son. He called me today and I didn't give him the call back. I'll have to call him back. He called daddy to make sure that he's okay. So yeah, all of them, people have been calling from all over. People have been messaging and so on. I have friends who are involved in campaigning right now in the UK, and they're even taking time off of that to message and call. Sheldon, you okay? Sheldon, we're hearing this, we're hearing that, and so on. But don't worry, you have our support, different things like that. So you're hearing from people all over, yeah? You're hearing from people all over. All right? 440-7377. Public notice, you see it's some kind of me. 440-7377, 347-329-3101. Yeah. So you have a government minister, sitting government minister, owing the state of Grenada millions of dollars, who is sitting in the same cabinet with the same attorney general that comes out and makes all kind of statements and accusations against people. Yeah? Who comes and says all kind of thing. The same attorney general. Yeah? The individual is sitting in executive meetings of the political party with the same individual that owes the state of Grenada millions of dollars. Millions. The same individual is sitting in cabinet with that individual that owes the state of Grenada millions of dollars. You don't hear them saying anything about them, do you? But they may be afraid Prime Minister Andy fire them. Yeah? Maybe they're afraid that while Andy's Prime Minister for a while, he just go by the GG and say, what, get rid of that one. She talking to me about owing millions and just kick her out. Yeah? Richie, good night to you, bro. 440-7377. I'm laughing here. Folks, I'm laughing because there are a lot of comments that are coming in not necessarily on the chat, but a lot of comments that coming in that really have me cracking up inside here, but I can't share them. Some of those things, I can't say that on air, but some of the messages that I'm getting there and some of the statements I'm getting there, I can't see them. I can't see them thing on. Yeah, so I'm going to say this though. It is necessary for what has been released before and what I have seen that some sort of investigation take place. This government will lose, as far as I'm concerned, they've already lost it, any shred of moral authority they have to continue being in charge if they do not investigate this matter. We have a call online. Hello, good evening.
Good night. How are you, bro?
I'm good. How are you doing?
I'm doing pretty good because you're good.
Yeah. Good.
I got a question for you.
No problem.
If you is a person that is under investigation and is eminently going to jail and you can't eat, how come you're so jovial and you could have your show, as I hear people saying?
If wishes...
I hear they say that you're even drinking water. I'm looking at you on TV there, I think you're drinking more than water.
Man, I champagne and all home.
Brother, let me tell you something. Empty vessels make the most noise.
Mm-hmm.
All right? Again, and I always tell you, and Doc tell you last night, hold the faith. And can we tell you today again, I know you're a man of God. They have nothing to go on. Remember that.
Mm-hmm.
So, Bam Bam Gate just come out. So, you know what's going on. They had to try to get to you. They had to try to shut you up. And Potino's running him out. His son go, come on, don't worry. But tell him, anytime we have anything for you, we wouldn't have 10 people in it. And anytime we start to GoFundMe, whatever you had to pay coming in one day. That's all I had to tell you.
Yes, indeed.
All right?
All right, my brother. Thank you so very much.
Take care, bro.
All right. Yes, indeed. 440-7377, 347-329-3101. Those are the numbers for you to call and get onto the inside. Let me say a special good night to my good lady friend, the Honorable Dr. Clarice Modest. Good night to you, ma'am. That lady does always check up on me, you know. Don't get happy, you know. Yes, everybody does. Right now, everybody does call again, call. Everybody calling and make sure I am good. Yeah? Because, see, some of them they thought really, and that's why I say it has not been a good week for the National Democratic Congress, has it? I would think that at this stage, going within a few days of your 2-year anniversary, you would be able to come to the Grenadian people and hold a press conference to the Grenadian people and say to them, here is a brand new initiative that we have. We have started it. We're starting to do this, that, the other, and so on. I would think that that is the direction you would go, or that the 500 houses that you've promised. Don't worry, we're talking about that Monday too. The 500 houses that you've promised, that these 500 houses, and remember, the promise to the Grenadian people was 500 houses a year. That was the promise to Grenadian. 500 Grenadian-style houses a year. That promise has now metamorphosized. That's metamorphosized, yeah? Well, anyway, it changed. Let's use simple language. It changed. It has now changed into 500 houses for the total term that they're inside. And prefab. You know it's prefab. Prefab is they come with a wall and they put a wall there and they put in a flooring and thing and they hook up that day, they bolt. And so it changed from Grenadian. I didn't know if that is Grenadian style houses. So now it changed from Grenadian style houses to prefab. Yeah? That is where it changed to now. So I know what kind of going on there and so. So the promises kind of changing. Because remember, everybody was supposed to be off a contract work in 1 year. That was a promise. It was supposed to be everybody off a contract in 1 year. They're saying that they restore. They're saying that they restore pension. So they're saying that they restore pension. And I've explained to you where they're talking absolute nonsense. So here it is. You're coming up on your 2-year anniversary. You did something that you thought you're going to be able to control the entire national narrative with. And indeed, you did hear it on different programs and so, but look what you got. You got all the people that you thought would be attacking me, are attacking you instead, because they see plainly what you have done and what you're attempting to do. You understand? That local, I don't even want to call that Bush politics, because they might say it's George Bush are talking about and he doing. So I ain't even saying that. Yeah? So it has not been a good week for them. They are trying their very best right now. Imagine, remember they had stopped the nightly news on GIS, and so they decide now they bring it back and all kind of thing because they're whooping. This government watching the ball and just whoop. They're whooping, Lashabat behind it, whooping. So this has not been a good week for them. Yeah? Oh yeah, yes, my good friend. The houses are supposed to have swimming pool. The houses are supposed to have a swimming pool. So we move now from Grenadian style houses to prefabricated, and we go build our 17 and people go see how they like it and decide if that's when we thought you all had a plan on coming in. We thought you all had a plan, that there's the plan, there's the shot, there's what we're doing and so, but now they're whooping. They're whooping. Because by now we're supposed to have 1,000 houses. That was the promise. By now we are supposed to have 1,000 houses built by the National Democratic Congress for Grenadians. That has not happened. In fact, what has happened is that the houses that were there for vulnerable people here, low-income houses, were taken away from that category of people and placed in a level because they find those houses too good. Those houses are too good for certain people in Grenada. We ain't putting them kind of, that's how they're talking, we ain't putting them kind of people there. So now the houses stand empty while people struggling to try and find a 50,000 or 70,000 that the financial institutions selling them straight, they're not giving them. The credit unions say we're not getting involved in that. We don't know why they keep sending people to us, because we're not getting involved in that. The banking sector saying the same thing. We don't understand why people come up with these things. We're not getting involved in it. You know, under the new National Party by now, you already have all those places occupied, people that be living there and so on. It was given to Grenada for people to go and live there. The same Prime Minister who is in power right now, 700 and something days after the election, is the same individual that was saying that NNP wicked for not putting people in those houses. Them houses full of people right now. These people only care about themselves. When they finish full their pocket, they go in and change their pants, put on a next pants and full that pocket too. And when they find they can't full enough pocket, they go in and take a bag. And don't worry, it might have quarrel between them, because what they say, thief never like fissy thief with long bag. Yeah. That is what's going on with these individuals. They don't care about people. They care about themselves. Look at each and every one of them. Every one of them. Look at them. Each and every one of them make sure they set up the self. So the first thing, they set up the self. So before they could have spent 3 months inside, they make sure that they pocket fat, because they went and they take an increase. Then they come back and take further increases. So right now, when you check how much they're getting on a monthly basis, it could be touching all 20 grand that they are getting on a monthly basis right now. When you add up everything and you put everything in place, it could be as much as that they are getting. They make sure they set up themselves. They come, they say, okay, minimum wage is this. They only do that so that people can come and say, well, all you take big increase, That's the only reason they went and they interfered the minimum wage as a distraction and a deflection when asked about the increases that they took. That is why they do that in that way. So you have all of these things that have been happening with them. And you recognize that they always try, because right now I'm hearing that people are being put out from the seed program. A mother contacted me, 2 children, still in school, all of a sudden they get kicked off the seed program. The economic situation of the household has not changed. Let me repeat it. The economic situation of the household has not changed. But these 2 children have been removed from the seed program. So they still need the money to be able to go to school and so. And that has been taken away from them. The mother ain't get a job. She ain't get no big job to say she working and have a big job making a pile of money. That ain't happening. Yeah? So the economic situation, if it's a situation that, okay, somebody's under the seed program, that person becomes employed, they're making a significant amount of money, and their whole financial situation has changed. You don't expect that person to remain under the seed program. They have to come off to leave a space for somebody who needs it now. That is one situation. This situation, nothing has changed. In fact, things have gotten worse, yet still, those children have been kicked off of the seed program. And while children being kicked off of the seed program, these individuals making sure and fatten themselves and their family, is friends and family. It have another F there, but that is what they're doing to the Grenadian people. We can't say that one on here. So it's friends and family with these people. They don't care about the rest of Grenadians. They don't care. So they would watch people, understand that that's how you're making a living, that's how you're taking care of your family. We ain't care. We ain't want that day. Mash it up. Move it. You come to the squatters, you're looking to, yeah, we're going to regularize the squatters and so. And they're aiming at certain areas. So they're watching the tongue of St. George. And they find now, well, if we go and we regularize some squatters in the town of St. George and we give them full rights to the land and so on, these people might vote for us. And if we do it with a certain amount, we might be able to surmount the amount of votes in the town of St. George that the NNP got the last election, and they might be able to get rid of Peter David. That is what they feel. That they would be able to do that and surmount the amount of votes that he beat them by. So the aiming at the tongue of St. George, that's where they want to go and regularize. Then you have people like Gloria Thomas that goes down in the back by pastor and say, well, I put in my people down there. I'm looking for a place to put my people. Yeah? Her people, you know, not Grenadians. She looking for a place to put her people. Like this is her country and that is her land. So she going down there looking for a place to put her people. So if you are not one of her people, but you in need, crapo smoke your pipe with a ganja plant. Crapo smoke your pipe. If you are not one of her people, you have to listen carefully when people making statements and when they're saying things. Because these are the things that are taking place in our country that they don't want you to discuss. They don't want you to talk about these things. They don't want us to talk about these things. So right now, when it comes to the squatters, they say we're going and first they were saying they regularize. Now, you're starting to hear, don't go here, don't go there. They're going and they go break down here, they go break down here, and they come in for squatters here, and they come in for squatters there, and all sort of thing. So the message doesn't align. And then you have a man talking, where he come out? Montserrat or somewhere, where he come out? Coming to tell Grenadians about don't go here and don't go. Who is he? Wait, well, only don't know us, sir. Who is he? But that is what has been taking place. So you have these various messages and always look at the category of people. Even by simply increasing the age for people going to school, even by doing that, that in itself has created an additional burden for some parents. It has created an additional burden at a point in time that the economic situation in the country is not flourishing. It has created that at a point in time that when you look at what is happening, listen, I was reading was it Forbes magazine? I tend to read some of these things from time to time. I was reading Forbes magazine in specific to artificial intelligence. It was saying 40% of the jobs that exist now in 20 years will no longer exist. That's 40% of the people that are working right now doing a particular job. That within 20 years, 40% of those jobs will no longer exist. So the ones who are in the children who are in the pre-primary and primary school, infant, what they call it again, kindergarten and so, by the time they are ready to enter the job market, some of the jobs that exist now will not exist then. And you have not aligned or began the process of aligning your education system to adjust with the training and so on for these new categories of jobs that should be created, and to compensate for the categories of jobs that are going. Let me use a classic example here. The young ladies who selling in the stores in town, their days for that job is numbered. You know why it's numbered? One, before here in Grenada, you used to have, and I'll get to the phone lines in a while. Before here in Grenada, you had categories of jobs like that. The girls who selling in the store and so. And when money flow, in other words, when people get money and thing, you know what used to be like with nutmeg money and thing in Grenville and so on back in the days. And you know what it's like when money circulate, for instance, when you have road work going on and people get money and so. They go in town, they might go and buy a piece of clothes, they might buy some shoes, they might buy some kitchen utensils, different things like that. The buses going up, people ram. Sometimes somebody had to pay for the front seat because they need space to put the bag, they need space to put thing. They're going up. And I'm not speaking here about Christmas alone. Speaking about when people get a pay, when they go and they do the fortnight, when they do the different things, because you had money flowing in the economy, unlike now. Then you had that happening. And now what is happening? You don't have money flowing in the economy, so that set of sales that used to take place there. Ask the businessmen in Grenville and ask them in town. Ask them in other areas, they'll tell you. The economic situation has slowed down. There's no money circulating. When money circulating, the business people could tell you, who could tell you better than everybody? The hustlers out there. The guys who just walk around and sell things. The hustlers could always tell you when money circulating from when money not circulating. And they're saying things bad. Sometimes they're selling something that'll drop the price next to nothing, just to make the money to be able to go back home. And they're hustling. They're trying to get things off their hands. And they're telling you straight up things bad. I would know. I just talk to hustlers. Me like some of them who sit down in cabinet there and they wouldn't come and mix with anybody or talk with anybody. They're waiting for people to come and see them. I always around. That's why they don't like me. That's why they afraid me. Because I'm always around. So that is one, the people who selling in the shops, the girls who in the stores and so. You're going to need less and less of them until that category of worker becomes redundant. You know why? Because now the banks, the credit unions, everybody have they have the ATM card or their debit card that you could now use, and you go on Amazon or you go on Temu or you go on Shein or you go on one of them other sites and you purchase your clothes. They take your size, that you tell them the size where it does wear, you order your stuff, and it come down. And you have more variety than what's available in a store down here in Grenada. So more and more, many Grenadians are going that direction. Yeah? And then they have family members outside there that buying stuff and send down for children and niece and nephew and different things like that in larger numbers, because the people down here don't have the money to be able to do it. So all of that is combining to create a situation in the economy where these categories of jobs will not last for very long again. A couple years at most, but more, because even if a person hardly have any money, but they have 100 US on a card, the amount of clothes they could get for that to send down. You just have to find somebody to bring it down for you, or they ship it down. But that is what is taking place. But you see no plan by this government to address that, because you know why? They're too busy full in their pocket. They're too busy shielding who take millions of dollars they have to pay in taxes and they ain't paying it. Millions. They ain't paying it. Go and hold a press conference on that. That is what you need to hold a press conference on. So you have these situations that are taking place. 40% of the jobs that exist now will not exist in 20 years' time. Which means that those little ones, by that time some of us may be retired already. So we'll be retired, we out at the job market. But then you have the younger ones who are coming up to enter the job market. And they would be entering with less jobs available for them because more technology takes over more of the jobs. What is being done to address that? You have trade union leaders who are not even talking about that. Because it is a tangible situation. Instead of the teachers union president Judas Jude going and talk about how they can address the education system to deal with that for the children that are coming up. And the other thing that you need to address it because even teachers' jobs are in danger now. Because if you have 2,000 teachers, you will not need that in time to come. You will not need that in time to come. You know why? Because teacher will stand up in front of a screen. They will teach the class and there'll be 4 or 5 classes tuned into that one teacher. That's the direction that the world is heading now. So you won't even need the volume of teachers. You won't even need that. So teachers' jobs, the percentage of teachers that are, the number of teachers that are there now, a percentage of them will become redundant in years to come. So if it have 2,000 now, 20 years from now, you might need 500. You might need that volume of them. But these individuals, they don't have an understanding of that, or they don't care about that because they're too busy filling their pocket. It's all about how they could fill their pockets and how fast they could fill their pocket. Don't feel that we are not hearing about senior advisors to this government who buy 6 and 7 pieces of land all over Grenada already since the administration come into office. Don't feel we ain't hearing about that. Senior advisors to this government who have been buying up land like hotcakes all over the place. Yeah? Land in Grenville, land in Tong, land in St. John, all over, they're just grabbing up land. Lap and cut, they reach inside and it's like, grab what you could. Fire sale, take all you could take before. Because they know every day is a day less for them in office. So every day they're trying to top up the pocket even more. So whether it's advisors or ministers, all of them, making sure they grab the piece of land here, grab piece of land there. Listen, if you try to find out now, inclusive of every single advisor to this administration, every single permanent secretary that they have brought into the service, every single government minister, find out what their financial situation was when they got into office, how much pieces of land they had, how much money was in their bank accounts. Find out what that situation was then and align it with what is taking place now. And in fact, that is what is supposed to be taking place in the Integrity Commission. Yeah, the Integrity Commission is supposed to be getting all of these individuals to make declarations. And the declarations are supposed to include all properties and so that they have purchased within the last 3 years. So I'm interested to find out if there has been a sudden increase in wealth by some of these individuals, because you're hearing about advisors buying up land. I hear one advisor 6 piece. Another person in cabinet, they have 5 that they buy since they come in. That is what you're hearing out there. Because these people only interested in grabbing full pocket. Grab full pocket. And they ain't doing it for the average man out there. They're doing it, even people who work hard on their campaign. People who jump up and down on stage for them and speak their heart out until their voice get sore. They get hoarse by the time the election day came. They could have barely talk. They ain't bothering with them, so. Family member, let me give my sister this job. Let me give me auntie that job day. Yes, we know auntie should retire already and she reached the age. But that is my auntie. Or you can't tell me not giving her a job. Yeah? Yeah. I've seen that, my friend. So that is what is taking place. They are focused, and it seems as though they focus on punishing one side of the Grenadian people, one group of people in Grenada. People who otherwise can't help themselves, they decide to go in and try to punish that group of people. So whether you're a vendor, right now vendors have to be going wrong like a racetrack in town. Because they keep telling them, well, you can't think, and then they come back, and then you can't think, and you come back, and all kind of thing. Instead of coming and saying, let us sit down with these people and strategize of how we're going to find a place that these people can stay and how we are going to guide traffic to come into that area so these people can get some sales. No. It's all you can't stay here, move. All you can't stay here, all you have to go. That kind of nonsense. Yeah, that kind of behavior. But again, it's poor people. It's poor people that just go and squat. It's poor people that just be selling at the side of the road and so and put up the little thing. That's how some of them just be able to pay Grenada and pay Nawasa and pay the utility, all the utility bills and everything. That's how they're able to do it. And then you want to take that away from them because you just don't care. But while you don't care about them, they care about themselves though, because they're making sure that they get the extra money. They're making sure that their brothers and their sisters working here in this department, this ministry, who go in and trip all over the place, so they're making sure for them. But some of you who work for the campaign, who talk until your voice go, some of you may not have done all of that, but you make sure and you lent your support and you went on your thing. Nothing for you. Folks, let's take a caller. Hello, good night. Hello, good night.
Hello, sir.
Hey, how you doing, bro?
I'm fine.
All right.
You know I'm always brief. My heart is hurting me. I'm so angry, but I wouldn't let my anger show out tonight. I have two questions.
Mm-hmm.
The first one is, I know by the houses this government promised.
Mm-hmm.
They said Grenada-style houses.
Yep.
With swimming pool.
Mm-hmm.
What is a Grenada-style house? Built with what? I'm a Grenadian, so I know what they're built with. But what is the government saying? Grenada-style houses built prefab?
Well, I never know Grenadian-style houses to be prefab. I never know that to be prefab.
So I've been in the business. I don't want to expose myself. In the diaspora. Prefab houses are houses made of those kind of pieces, like you know when children put things together, and when a hurricane comes, as Ivan and Emily, they go up in pieces. So this now we here we Grenadians, prefab is not for us. An instrument pool with it. That's this one. Lord, as I close, yes, sir. Stay strong.
Of course.
Because there are a lot more people who did not share their voices in support of you. They're like hundreds, thousands more that's backing you, sir. Let them mess with you. You have a silent majority. Let them try with you, sir. Let them try. Have a blessed night.
Thank you so very much, my brother. Yes, indeed. What surely want to know? New York people bad for me. Go ahead. And I ain't even talk about my family out there yet. 440-737-734-7329-3101. Yes, let's take the calls again because we're running out of time. Let me take the calls again. Yes, I had to come back with our Friday night program, boy. I did promise us going back with it this month, but what? 440-7377-347-329-3101. Yeah. So it's the hypocrisy of this administration. It's the don't care attitude of this administration. It's where it seems as though they have one set of rules for themselves and one set for everybody else. We have a call online. Hello, good night.
Oh, God, you let them mess with you, Sheldon. You hear what my virgin said? Anyhow, I didn't call you that. I heard you said earlier on, while you were speaking concerning they want to move the people and they want to move them because they want to win the seat in town. Let me tell you something. Sheldon Scott, you listening to me? Let me tell you something. If them think they could win that seat in the town of St. George, they're making a big mistake. That is Peter own. Peter Charles David. Yes, he has NDC supporters in the town. But let me tell you something. That seat in the town of St. George is Peter David own. They're going to have a hard time. They're going to have a hard time. Yes, he lose a few because of greed. Because of greed, a lot of them, they fool them with that $2. They fool them with that $2. Let it try. Let it try. Let it move them people. Let it do what they have to do. That seat in the town is Peter David own. Trust me. And all the people that go, they will come back because they balling now. Because of greed, Mr. Scott. I know supporters that they give a $200 and they promise them. And now they just come and say, they promise them this and they don't get it. I know of a certain man in the town of St. George from the Carriacou. He gave me a hard time. He come, he jump up, and he didn't want to fight with me. No, we don't want to hear them. Because Mr. David, that is Mr. David. So, Mr. Andy, Mr. Prime Minister, if you're listening to me, none of y'all, nobody touching that man in the tongue of St. George. Nobody. That belongs to him. When you love people, people will love you back. Nobody touching him in the tongue of St. George.
All right,
have a good
Gabby.
night.
Thank you.
Yes, nobody touching the man.
Indeed. And folks, you see, that's the thing. They believe these people are not doing things. Some of us may think that there are things that they're doing that are not calculated. A lot of what they are doing is calculated. They are only taking political calculations. They're not taking calculations about how people feel, about what it's going to do to the economy, or what it is going to do to individuals. They just don't care. They just do not care. Yeah? You took somebody who destroyed the Ministry of Health. Destroy it. Destroy the Ministry of Health. I saw a story of a mother that went in there last night, and I ain't even going to repeat that story tonight. I think we're going to do a health program soon again. Yeah? But bad treatment. You have these horror stories that are coming out of the healthcare system. And while these horror stories are coming out of the healthcare system, you take the person who helped create that situation and put them in the department of youth, well, the division of youth now, not ministry. Now it's down to a division. So the division of youth now, you downgrade it to a division of youth. That's where you take people and put them now. Yeah? Who destroyed healthcare. That's how much you care for youth. But then they're saying, oh, the Prime Minister cares so much about this, he take it for a division and make it a full ministry. But he take the Ministry of Youth and bring it down to a division. So you don't care. You don't care. Them spending so much time in the air. You'd have swear there was a drone. Seriously. You'd have swear there's a drone. They're always in the air. Something has to give. Something has to give. And I'll repeat again when it comes to the member of parliament for Carriacou and Petit. No, I'm not leaving it alone. I'm not leaving it alone. The member of parliament for Carriacou and Petit Martinique. My brother. Well, anyway, no. My father and them, mother, no. But anyway, brethren, check on yourself, eh? Yeah. Live your truth. If you have to come out and admit it, come out and admit it. You have to come out and say, do what you have to do. Yeah? Because investigations will take place, whether under this government or our next one, they will take place. We have a caller online. Good night.
Hello?
Hi, good night, caller.
Yeah, good night. I'm barely hearing you. Sheldon, stop. Good night.
Good night, my brother. You go ahead. We're hearing you, though.
You know what, right?
Go right ahead. We're hearing you.
Yeah, you're going.
Hello?
Yeah, you hear me?
Yes, we're hearing you. You can go ahead.
All right. Well, you know, I'm a regiment listener to your program. I haven't called a while. I've just been listening. In politics, and many leaders, they tend to forget that it is the small man that takes you into power. And when the small man is hit, and you get them to change the way they think, bet you bottom dollar, you are going to go out of office. It's just a matter of time until he has been written. Remember, politician he has an appointed time to go into office and leave office. So these people who are making it difficult, or these small people, have been listening to those people who come in from all over the countryside to sell their produce, only to be treated in all sorts of manner with law enforcement, hardships in transport. And if you dissect the amount of problem that is in that one little episode, that shouldn't be, because that is a problem for government to fix. Transport is one, spacing is one. Find a place to put the people in a comfort zone, washroom facility, making it easy, ensure that the people has traffic. When I say traffic, I mean people would come to the stores and buy. Encourage the people to come and buy. And create that space for them to be, so that they will make their little dollar and earn a living. Some of these people are grandparents who take care of grandchildren. I know that for a fact. And when you treat these people like that, you know you're not affecting one person, affecting family and extended family.
And that's the thing, they are, the extended family is not just the person that on the street, is the others that are at home too.
Correct, sir. And my heart goes out to these type of people. You understand? Think about it when you affect one person who comes to the market. Think about the amount of people depend when they go back home for that money to buy food and buy pills and get doctor bills. And see about the entire household. You are affecting many lives there, Many lives you are affecting. And as a government, you are responsible. Your sole responsibility is to ensure to take care of your people. And if you can't take care of your people, call the election. You understand? Call the election, get out of office. You are not made for office.
They're afraid. Because you see, especially with what they are doing right now, all of the things that are taking place in the back rooms and in the hotels and all kind of thing on government bill, they are afraid of the investigations in relation to those things. They're afraid. They're very afraid.
Well, that is why we agree that police force must be a neutral entity to go ahead with the investigations and not be bipartisan to anybody. Be fair and do your job. You understand? It must not be
politically aligned. You must not align yourself to any political group, so that you have fairness, you have transparency, and you have equity.
Yes.
You understand? I did not know. I was listening to the program a while ago. I did not know that your transport service or your, what we know as the licensing authority back home, is under the police service there still.
Yeah. But caller, we're gonna have to wrap now because it's 10 and I must run out now. So we're gonna continue this conversation on Monday. Give me a call, brother. You're staying far these days, man.
Yeah, no, I'll call you on Monday because I want to carry on this conversation.
No problem, my brother. The phone lines will be open early o'clock. So we will speak on Monday.
All right, thanks. Take care. Enjoy the weekend. Be safe.
Safe. Thank you very much, my brother. Yes, indeed, folks. And that is all the time we have for Talking Points tonight and for this week. It's been wonderful being here this week with each and every one of you. And I want to thank every one of you for your calls, your messages. I know I don't always answer. Yeah, I know I don't always answer because especially if I am focused on listening to something, I usually put the phone on silent. And so even in the studio now, I would have the phone on silent, and sometimes I go home and it's the next morning I realize the phone on silent, you ain't hearing anything. So that happens. And sometimes according to where I am, I don't want to answer according to where I am around people or where it is and so on. But I have gotten your calls. I have gotten your messages of support in the chat itself. The many of you that have sent messages to me as well, personally, direct messages. I just want to thank each and every one of you for your continued support. Yeah? And it means a lot to me. I left here on Monday night, and I tell you, tears came to my eyes just to see how people came out and surrounded, and people call and people say, no, Sheldon, don't worry. We're there with you. And you go in town. And when you go in town, people stopping you and say, Mr. Scott, we're there with you. Don't worry. We have your back. Everybody, you're on the bus. You're all over. People just telling you that they support you. Don't worry. Yeah? So, folks, it means a lot to me. The many of you that have called from Canada, people calling from Canada, people calling from all over the United States. The only place I can get called from is Africa. Yeah? UK, all over, people are calling. And I want to thank each and every one of you. I do appreciate it. Yeah? And folks, that's all the time we have for Talking Points tonight. It's been wonderful being here with each and every one of you. And we'd like to say, be safe and secure for this weekend. And to all the fathers, I keep forgetting, what should I tell all you? I know. To all the fathers, we want to say from Talking Points, have a very, very, very enjoyable and special Father's Day. I ain't finally just big up Father's Day much. That's how come I ain't even thinking Father's Day. So have a very enjoyable Father's Day on Sunday. Me, I stay quiet. I go stay home and just cook something and eat. Me and Javon, we go just relax and thing. Yeah, he and Daddy go take maybe you might run on the beach or something. Nice? Yes, God's willing. So folks, in everything you say and do it safe and secure. I want to be speaking to and with you, and definitely not about you. I am out.
I am giving you warning. When you say it's they're coming to worship Jesus. I am giving you warning. Put up your worship.